Ladies and gents, we now come to our final and principal award of the evening, the one this dinner was introduced to recognise 52 years ago, and which we believe remains the most prestigious individual honour in Scottish football. As the votes came in this year, it soon became apparent that while it was a competitive race, we had a clear and convincing winner. There was strong support for three other Celtic players, Scott Brown, Stuart Armstrong and Moussa Dembele, which reflected the dominance they've enjoyed this season. But in the end, the margin of victory for Scott Sinclair was pretty emphatic, and there can be no doubt he's a worthy recipient of the award. Scott hit the ground running when he scored on his debut for Celtic at Tynecastle last August, and really hasn't looked back since. As Bertie Auld never tires of telling us, the most important thing in football is entertainment, and Scott has delivered entertainment on a weekly basis. He has scored 25 goals and has undoubtedly been the most exciting player to watch in the country. He still has ambitions to play for England, and full international recognition can't be far away. But please, with a name like Scott Andrew Sinclair, surely he must have a Scottish granny somewhere. Our Player of the Year award is about footballing ability. It's not a popularity contest, but it's always pleasing when the best player in the country is also a nice fella. Scott certainly comes into that category, and he has been unfailingly courteous, engaging and helpful in his dealings with the Scottish football writers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Player of the Year, Scott Sinclair.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the other winners, picked up some awards. I'd like to start by thanking the writers for voting me Player of the Year. It's a great honour. It means so much to me. I'd like to thank William Hill, the sponsors, and also I'd like to thank, obviously, the manager, Brendan Rodgers, as what he's done for me. Not only has he changed my footballing career around, he's changed my life. With me saying this is because, I've known Brendan for such a long time, and, being at Swansea, that was the best time. Previously, being at Chelsea as a youth team player, and what he's done for me is extraordinary. I think, from the times when I was at Aston Villa, I was at a crossroads and didn't really know where I was going to turn with my footballing career. I went to City and not played for 2 or 3 years. And it was got, frustrating at times, and I think as a player, it tests you. It tests you mentally, and you decide whether you want to fall off and sort of be that player where you can just, have a nice, comfy life and live back in England and sort of tick over. But I've always wanted more. I've already shown that. And I think, obviously, the manager knows that, and that's why he brought me in. And that's a massive thanks. I'd also like to thank the teammates. Because without them, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you guys now. They've made me feel welcome as soon as I went through the door. I've looked forward to every minute of coming in. I'm playing with a smile on my face. I'm happy. But like I said, the last few years hasn't been the case. I've had loads of tough times, and I don't need to look back now. I can only look forward. And it's been great up until now. I think where the Celtic Football Club, when Brendan said to me, when he signed, and do I want to be a part of it, I was excited to the choice, and this is the best decision I've made in my footballing career so far. I'd also like to thank my family, obviously my girlfriend, for sticking, all through the tough times and helping me through it. When I say, I'm at a crossroads in my career, when I didn't know where to turn, it was always them picking up the pieces for me to keep pushing forward, to keep improving year by year, and not losing that faith and belief. And I can't thank the manager enough for giving me that and installing that and getting that back into my football and back to my very best. And lastly, you know, I just want to thank the writers again. Obviously, this award means so much to me, just because obviously the past few years has been so difficult. You know, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Player of the Year, Scott Sinclair.